most of you know about our new fitness facility. What I want to show you is we're about so much more than that. I want to give you my favorite 9 holes of golf for fitness that you can do at home that'll make you a better golfer this year. For our first exercise, what I want to do is I want to go over the muscles of your shoulders so that when we get into golf posture, we're able to keep nice, good posture with that. So for this first one, it's called reach, roll, and lift. I can be on all fours on the ground, or I can be on an elevated surface. It's going to be easier on my hips and my knees. I want you to make a fist, set your forehead against that fist so I don't manipulate the exercise at all. Reach out, roll over so your palms face the ceiling. With a straight arm, raise that arm up as high as you can, set it back down, and repeat that for 5 to 10 reps.
I'm rolling.
So for my second exercise, what I want to do is I want you to understand how we set up in golf posture. I want a really neutral spine with that. And if I have too much of that rounding in my middle back, what I want to do is exercise the muscle of my shoulder blades to stay into that posture. So I want to stay in golf posture and just raise my arm up like the letter Y. And that's going to get the muscles around and below my shoulder blades so that I'm more aware of that posture in my golf stance. So for this third exercise, what I want to do is what I call a spider lunge. What we're trying to do here is stride out so your weight's evenly distributed between your front and your back foot. Put your hands down on something stable. In my case, I have a bench here. What I want to do from here is I want to turn my torso so that I'm looking straight up at the ceiling. You can see from one hand to the other is straight across. We call that the letter T. And then I'm going to keep in this hand position and I'm going to alternate my feet. And I'm going to do one on the other side. Spider lunge with torso turned to a T. So for our first 3 exercises, we were doing movements that involved the shoulder and how I relate that to my posture in my golf swing. Now for the next 3 exercises, I want to get more core related. We all know in the golf swing, standing up or bringing my chest farther away from my waistline is not an efficient move. So for this number 4 exercise, what I want to do is what some call a Russian twist, I call a side touch. So I can just reach side to side. I can have some form of weight in my hand if I like. But what I'm doing is I'm reaching far as I comfortably can to one side. But what I want you to notice in the camera angle is that my knees are going opposite my hands. So now I'm starting to get that good disassociation or turning one party part against the other. And that's going to help me get better turn, stability, and keep from power leaks in my golf swing. So for our 5th exercise, we're still staying in the core region of our body. We're still trying to tone and teach ourselves some stability from that area. I went ahead and I grabbed a golf club. So what we're going to do is lie down, okay? Extend that golf club up overhead. I don't want you to move the club once we're in place there. Not your challenge is to bring your toes underneath that golf club and back down. So I'm teaching myself how to tuck my core and roll my pelvis up, strengthening my abdominal muscles, stretching my lower back, and just all over working on the stability of my body and my golf swing. So for the 6th exercise, what I want to do is a straight arm plank alternating shoulder tap. So you heard the word plank. So I'm going to get the benefit of doing a plank in here, but what I do not want is I do not want my body to shift weight from side to side while I'm doing this. So I'm choosing an elevated surface like a chair, countertop, something that's stable to you. The most challenging would be to go straight arm on the floor. And from this position, I want to just gently lift my right hand and tap my left shoulder, and then alternate the other pattern. But notice as I'm doing that, you don't see a lot of lateral movement in my hips as I do that. This is, once again, how I'm teaching myself to be really stable from my core down through my feet in my golf swing. So for the 7th exercise, now what we want to do is we want to move down and start talking about working the muscles of my hips. Once again, for good stability in the ground, now I can start to transfer some of that energy through and get more power in my golf swing. So this one is a hip hinge, hip hiker. So what I'm doing in this stance is I'm holding myself up on my right leg. I want to keep that right knee fairly straight. Okay, there's a soft bend in that knee, but I'm not moving it as I do this. And I want to use the muscles of my right hip to lower my leg and raise my leg up. Single leg hip hikers. For glute strength lower body stability, and more power in your golf swing. So for the 8th exercise, what I want to do is I want to go to a wide stance squat where I gently flare my toes out. My knees are still going to track over my toes. We call this a plie squat. So I want to go into this nice comfortable squat, choose the depth that works for you. Ultimately, I'm trying to target where I can get parallel, my thighs parallel to the floor. Then from this position, I'm going to step up and immediately transfer my weight and rotate my left foot in front of my right. So what I've just done there is called internal hip rotation. So that's the same idea as that I load my right hip as a right-handed golfer in my backswing. I've just internally rotated my right hip. So again, feet are flared, plie squat, and transferring over to the other side with a pigeon step. Plie squat to pigeon step. For this 9th exercise, what I want to do is come over here and use our True Stretch cage. This is a very popular piece of equipment in here, and not everyone knows how to use this. This is going to work great for our exercise here. So what I'm going to do is step into the cage, put one foot up on this, one foot's down, so I've got 2 stability points there. From this point, what I'm going to do is rotate my torso as far as I comfortably can in one direction, and I can grab on for safety, and then rotate the other way. So essentially what I've just done here is I've just taken a point by stepping like this and rotating my trunk on a very stable surface here that works on mobility, but also the coordination that it takes to transfer your energy from one side of your body to the other in the golf swing. It's a great way to finish up your golf fitness workout. Nice job.
Goodness, wow, this is awesome.